Hello, this is Top Prep Sports Interviews by Sunil Sundaraj. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Carter McLeod, a student at Beaver Bray Secondary School in Kenora, Ontario, Canada, a starting point guard of the varsity basketball team. Once again, Carter, really appreciate you taking the opportunity, to speak with me. And I said it's great to be able to, again, hear your background story. It's very inspirational and. Wanted to ask you first and foremost, just how everything is panning out for you in terms of playing basketball here.
Oh, it's going amazing. Our team's doing pretty good. Season just started. Obviously, there's some chemistry issues, but we'll sort that out. I'm playing with some kids I had never played with before, so we're all just new with each other, mixing in new plays, new game styles. Everything is kind of getting meshed together right now. We're 1-2, so I'm sure that'll pick up as the season goes on.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I'm wondering, putting that I think it's the number 2 jersey on every time you take the court. What does that jersey represent to you? Said once you're out there with your teammates.
The number 2 jersey, what it means to me is just determination. It's like I worked hard to get to where I am. So whenever I put that on, I'm not only putting it on for myself, I'm putting it on for my Jesus Christ, my grandmother, my mother, everyone who's helped me in my journey. I play for them ultimately. I think of them whenever I step on the court. They mean the utmost world to me, and I'm so grateful for them. And when I put it on and play basketball, I'm playing for not only myself but my family, God, and my friends.
That's
Also,
wonderful. Yeah, that's fantastic. Hey, I love this, man. I had to take a look at your Twitter feed and pick up on some of the nuggets there. And I love what you describe yourself: a leader, a team player, hustle player, lockdown defender, great finisher at the rim, and smart. Man, you're 155 pounds, soaking wet, 5'10". But you obviously got the skills and fundamentals. So I'm wondering, like, when you obviously have you've identified what your strengths are on the court, but I'm telling you, when you're going up against those bigger kids on the court, and like just what is it about, like, in the flow of the game for you? What do you see out there? I always ask every athlete from their perspective what their vision is of the court, during the game.
I think of it as like a game of chess. Like you always got to be a move ahead. You got to see what the defense is setting up. Bigger guys, like who to pass to, who's guarding who. You got to just kind of just check the weaknesses of the roster and exploit them to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
Like whenever I go against a bigger guy at the rim, I obviously there's always like a little intimidation factor,
Yeah.
but I usually just try to, because it's all mental to me. If I like, obviously, if you shoot a three and you're like not a confident shooter, it's not going to go in. But if
Yeah.
like I don't know how, but being mentally confident in yourself like improves everything like 110%.
Yeah, you hit it spot on, because everybody thinks, oh yeah, it's a physical game, but if you're not mentally locked in, you're toast. I mean, that's so obvious that you have to have that sharp, mental edge, especially again, when you're uh sized up against, again, taller kids. And I love it, like, you talk about those pick and rolls, and those are important because being the quarterback, you're the quarterback of the team, and that's the thing, is that I'm wondering,
Yeah.
like, when you're running those plays out on the court, talk about that element just in terms of having that. You talked about the chemistry and that cohesiveness, with your teammates, Carter.
Yeah. Oh, like you did a great job comparing point guard to quarterback. You got to think fast. You have to like not only remember the plays, but you got to study the game. You have to you have to be a student of the game when you're a point guard. You have to
Mhm.
just do watch film, like the whole nine. You got to do everything you can.
I'm wondering, like, before you take the court, and just in terms of that, preparation, and then watching what the other team is doing in terms of looking at their lineups, their players. What goes through your mind, like, before that, just in terms of maybe, like, talking with your teammates, coaching staff as well. Just describe that process, Carter.
Oh, I'm the loudest guy on the bench all the time.
Yeah.
I like to I like to get everyone energized when I see someone with their head on the bench. It's
Yeah.
it's upsetting to me because they're not only representing themselves, representing the school, representing like everyone who's there to support them. So
Mhm.
that's obviously not a good thing. And also with the coaches are great here. They're very nice, respectful. we have a new coach. He's 22 years old, his first season coaching, so it's kind of
Okay.
new, and he'll obviously get better with time. But like usually everyone has a positive attitude for game day. They're like we have a pretty confident team, not cocky. They're just confident, believing in themselves, which is healthy confidence, I believe, and I have that
Yeah,
healthy confidence as well.
that's super. Hey, you've been playing sports for a long time. We talked about the, point guard is the quarterback of the team. You played soccer, badminton, and basketball since you were 7. Played football twice in 8th grade and 12th grade. So you
Yeah.
obviously, quarterback, running back. So and then you made, of course, that transition to basketball. So I'm wondering, it's great because playing those various sports obviously kept you in tip-top shape throughout the years. Just talk about how they helped you in terms of developing, growing, just again mentally, but also physically as well. I'm sure, just again, what did those sports do for you growing up, Carter?
Oh, honestly, when I played running back for my last year of high school, which was last year, like
Hmm.
running back and being a smaller guy like me, going against like getting hit, that kind of
Yeah.
honestly helped me like get used to taking contact at the rim when I drive. Being quarterback in grade 8 is also a reason I'm point guard because they saw I could lead a team. They saw I have pretty good like IQ. I know the game pretty well, I'd say,
Hmm.
and it's just like high school sports is like year round, so it's always something I try to get in whatever
Yeah.
window I can. So I'm always in shape for the next sport, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tremendous. And hey, you mentioned, you've alluded to the fact that basketball is your passion. I'm wondering, when it comes to the game, what are some of the intangibles that truly stand out for you that make you say, look, this is what I want to continue to do forever, and that you come back year after year, Carter? There's obviously, is it, during the game, me on the bench, a practice, what is it about the game that again makes it so unique for you to play?
I love helping my teammates. Hence the reason I'm a point guard. I just honestly love setting somebody up and giving them a bucket. It's the best
Yeah.
feeling in the world, in my opinion. Like just being the reason somebody gets a bucket and being the reason somebody's on the board, somebody's smiling, someone's happy, someone's mom is in the crowd cheering for them. I just love setting people up and like flowing the game around. Like just
Yeah.
seeing other reactions on actions I do. I think is my favorite part.
Yeah, definitely dropping those dimes, dishing the rock. It's like, that's,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's nothing better than that. Definitely, again, helping, whatever, the team, in terms of success. So, talk about, both on the offensive end, defensive end, just what, again, improving on those skills. What have you done personally? Like, I'm wondering, like, you have strength and conditioning, you have your nutrition. I mean, you have your rest and recovery, but what are the certain mitigating factors for you, especially out there on the court, what you do on both ends of the floor here?
Oh, absolutely. Um, honestly, it's it's all in like the rest and recovery. It
Yeah.
helps the most out of anything. Nutrition is big, but like if you don't recover, you can't play.
Yeah.
That's the
Uh, yeah. Anything with the strength and conditioning, of course you have the team practices, but I'm just wondering, like, Carter, like on a personal basis as well, that you do stuff outside, of the team practices as well.
yeah. Like I alluded to earlier, me and Walker, my boy who you're gonna interview tomorrow, we went to the
Yeah.
gym earlier today. Like I used to go to the gym a lot, and then I honestly I hit like an all time low in my life, which
Okay.
honestly no excuse. I was just lazy, and
Hmm.
but I picked it back up, and now I go to the gym daily. I'm eating the best I've ever eaten in my life. I'm just trying to do whatever I can to get an offer and make my dream come true.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. Okay, so when it comes to maybe college or definitely the NBA, what point guards does Carter look out for and try to pick up on their tendencies?
Chris Paul. I
Yeah.
people call me Chris Paul.
Okay.
I love Chris Paul. I love Patrick Beverly. Like
Yeah.
the way Pat Bev is on defense, he's a dog. Like I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's passionate about it, and that's literally how he made the NBA. Was he's a hustle player, great
Hmm.
leader. Chris Paul, his IQ is on a different level. I
Yeah.
just it's I wish I had his brain.
Yeah.
It's I would love to talk to him and just pick his brain and ask
Yeah.
him ask him the same questions you're asking me. That would be
Yeah.
incredible.
Well, you never know. It said once it gets posted that Chris Wall will be looking at the video, trying to tag him on it.
What up, what up, CP3?
Yeah, that's right. That's it. Give him a shout out. Hey, we all know it's not just about being an athlete; it's being a student athlete. And graduated 12th grade with honors, won a Perseverance Award as an Ontario State Scholar. It's all about time management and organization, Carter. Really how you balance that out. I'm wondering, like, for you, what has been that secret to success? Because it's not easy. Not everybody's cut out, to be an athlete or a student athlete. For you, what has been the right formula?
Definitely, honestly, basic answer, my family, they've pushed me so much, knowing what I've been through my life. They know when I hit my all-time low in my life, they were there to pick me right back up and put me right on track to where I belong in life. They
Yeah.
obviously my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ has been a massive, massive part of it as well.
Mhm.
Just even strangers online have helped me a lot. Like I've met people on like Instagram, just and they just I don't know them, but they I got their back. They got mine with advice, and it's helped a lot.
Yeah, no, it's fabulous to hear. I love this story that you provided to me, Carter, and I think truly for the kids out there, this is what in terms of you talk about leadership and what a point guard brings, but you off the court. Back in 2014, when you were 11 years old, you were nominated by a local pastor to attend the Tim Hortons summer camp. Out of thousands of kids who were selected to go to their leadership program to train to be a counselor for them, so commendable. Talk about what that experience. What did that do for you personally, Carter?
It was an amazing experience. Like going to a camp to strictly work on leadership. Like we did a bunch of icebreaker games. We like just like you got stuck in like a cabin with like like 7 kids you never met in your life, and you kind of
Yeah.
like it takes leadership to go start a conversation, go
Hmm.
get a new friend. Like in case anything
Yeah.
happens, you gotta be there. Like it was an amazing experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody if they get the chance. It was truly amazing, and I truly believe it helped me become a better leader in who I am today. That experience saved my life in a sense.
Yeah, that's beautiful to hear. Okay, as you know, we live in a day and age of social media here. So I had to ask you in terms of Twitter. I know you've been big on that, and in terms of Instagram as well, but definitely Twitter with the highlight videos, posting all the training, all the game footage. What is it about that? With social media, being able to get your name out there, uh, people to view your highlights. I'm sure has carried a lot of significance for you. Talk about that, part of the game.
Oh, social media is life changing. When I was talking to Walker earlier, he said you got to treat it like a business, nonstop promotion, nonstop
Yeah.
reaching out to people. It's like I I think of it as the business aspect of sports. You like if you want to make it somewhere, you got to put the work in. Like you got to put the same
Yeah.
amount of work on the court as you do off the court on social media. It's
Yep.
like Twitter's like Instagram, like all these recruitment, like even the websites that recruit, they change lives. They give kids scholarships. And that's my goal, personally. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's life changing, and it's the greatest invention of the 21st century.
Yes, I agree 100% with you. And that leads into another segue, with our segment. And before we came on there, we talked about a very important person, someone who has definitely changed the face in terms of helping kids out, especially basketball athletes. His name is Kevin Moses. I'm wondering what he's meant to you in terms of getting your name out there, highlighting your basketball accomplishments. Because Kevin Moses has, I mean, he in terms of his evaluation process and what he says about you, calls you a fearless young warrior with toughness beyond his size. Yet another dimension what this gem brings: a nonstop blue collar worker, fierce and fearless off the bounce, a beautiful passer, outstanding ruthless defender, proven leader, and floor general. I'm wondering when you hear those comments, those that description for you, which is very accurate, Carter. I mean, what do you think? Well, just what is what are you thinking about that?
Oh, that made my probably the past 5 years. Like hearing those from somebody that I don't know personally, but they just watch my clips. That's
Mhm.
because I've never gotten like compliments like that, and I I know what I have to work on now. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I can improve on in those strengths. Like Kevin's a great guy, changes many lives. I have nothing but respect for him. I just talked to him for the first time 3 days ago. He's the reason we're talking now. That man
Yeah.
deserves the most credit. That man is amazing, and God bless him.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. That's all I can
Hundred
say is that
percent.
he
Kevin,
is the
Kevin the
girl. I
goat.
mean, you talk about someone. Yeah, it said I know him for a short amount of time, but what he has done, he has been one of the best connections ever. And yeah, he's definitely again a great influence and really pays it forward and just a real positive role model. In this country and in this world, and God bless him. Hey, you have I said it a very inspirational, but a very riveting family situation. You live with your aunt and uncle in Kenora, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Uh, your mom struggled with drug and alcohol addiction before you were born. You were raised by your grandmother. You have one sister who's 5 years older than you and lived with you and your grandmother until she was, I think, 14. Now
Yeah.
lives with an aunt and uncle in Lorette, Manitoba. I mean, as I said, I have the utmost respect for you. I mean, for to go through so much when you were younger, growing up, even before you were born. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, just to have that, that grit, that determination, just the inner fortitude to be able to overcome those obstacles. Just tell everyone, just what the challenges were and how you were able to do it, Carter.
The challenges of growing up with a mom who struggles with addiction and drug addiction, alcohol addiction, very tough. I was around men who would beat her. I was around men who would supply her with the stuff.
Mm,
I've I've been beat. I've watched my mother get beat to a pulp before. It's terrible. It's sad, and
yeah.
I truly believe that if I can go through that, any other kid can. Because at the time, I was very mentally unstable. I was very mentally weak. I had no mental confidence. No, I was so
Mhm,
young at that age. My sister helped me out a lot with that because she was obviously older, so I had no idea what was going on at the time. But she saw it, and she is obviously in far more pain than me because she really remembers it. I only remember a
mhm,
small bit of it. It was
mhm.
terrible, but I truly think that if anyone gets put in that situation, they can get out of it. They
Yeah.
just got to have the right support system around them, and
Mhm.
they got to be mentally tough. And yeah, and I recommend faith. It doesn't have to be Christianity. It could be anything. I just think believing in a God is amazing, and I think it's healthy.
Yeah. Hey, just talk about living with your uncle, the support that you've received from them, Carter.
Oh, they've been amazing. Because people say my grandma just like gasses me up and like gives me like a false
Yeah.
reality, but my aunt and uncle give me like a reality check. Like they really tell me what I need to hear at the time. They um they just help me out with that. Like my uncle would be like not literally, but he in a sense with his words he like slapped me in the face. He's like, "Come on, man! Like you gotta like pick it up.
Yeah.
Like stop slacking, being lazy," and that helped me a lot. The 2 years I lived with them, I got honors. So I truly turned my life around when I moved in with them.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget about your grandmother as well. That it's something it's most important, but just talk about your grandmother as well, Carter.
Oh, my grandmother is the most amazing woman in the world. She introduced me to Christianity. She introduced me to sports in the whole. There's this little story I was on. I was playing like indoor soccer, like when I was way younger. I was 13 at the time. I got put up to like the 15-year-olds because I was like, I guess like good or whatever. I don't know. I don't think
Mhm.
I was, but I got put on the worst team, and I was being 13 or young. I'm like, I hate this. I don't want to be on this team anymore. And then I told my grandma, like, I threw a big temper tantrum, like, I want to quit. I hate it. My grandma's like, she's like, she yelled at me. She's like, you're not quitting. You're staying on that yellow team. I'm like, no, I want to go with the red team, the best team. And then our yellow team ended up like winning the tournament at the end, and we ended up like yeah, winning that tournament at the end, which was amazing. And my grandma's like, I
Yeah.
told you so. You got to stick it out no matter the situation you're put in. And that's the testimonial as to why I believe that she's why I'm a hardworking man now.
Yeah, that's super to hear. Just again, not giving up. So just again forging ahead and just keeping at it. Hey, born and raised in Kenora, Manitoba. Said talk about life and just. I want to go back in terms of the competition, even in basketball as well. How has that, worked out? I'm just curious about that as well, Carter.
Oh, the competition?
Yeah.
It's It's actually pretty good. There's so many like bigger kids. Like I've never seen like such like tall kids in my life. These kids
Yeah,
are different. I'm probably one of the smallest players in my league. I don't really let it get to my head though. Like I said earlier, it's all mental. You gotta have
yeah,
the mental toughness, the mental fortitude to overcome it, and you gotta have uplifting teammates. Obviously good leaders on the team too. But the
yeah.
competition is pretty good. There's some gross kids out there that can like shoot the ball crazy. They can dunk. It's insane.
And just to add another layer to that, in terms of the game of basketball, the popularity growing in Canada, talk about that as well. I'm sure that that's important. Like, over the years, it is real. You've seen it. I mean, especially with in the NBA with the Toronto Raptors. Said winning the NBA championship. Said a couple of years ago, 4 years ago. Just what did that do? And just in terms of to see that players, it's truly a global game. We talk about the game of basketball. Just describe that as well, Carter.
Oh, I'm so happy in the growth of basketball in Canada. Like after the Raptors won, I've never seen so many Raptors hats, jerseys,
Yeah,
like shirts, everything, and kids that
yeah,
like because on our break and when I would go to a break in high school to go play open gym basketball, like I've
hmm,
seen kids I never seen there before, and it just made me so happy seeing kids try a new sport and kids falling in love with it just because they saw a Canadian team win. Like they
yeah,
never watched basketball in their life, but they're like the only Canadian teams in the NBA finals, so we're gonna watch. And even
yeah,
like RG Barrett, Andrew Wiggins, Kelly Olynyk, even those guys are
yeah.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Those guys going to obviously coming from Canada. They have inspired kids like me, showing that it doesn't matter where you're from, you can make it big if you truly want it.
Yeah, I mean, you had the World Championship, the Olympics as well. I don't want to forget that because it's just not, the NBA, as well, even though that's the most popular, um, organization out there. But hey, I'm wondering for you because, like, this is a new question, but just in terms of hobbies, what does Carter do? Like, in terms of, because you know how stressful it can be here in terms of playing, I said basketball, but what is it? I mean, for you in your free time that where you're able to clear your head, have that sort of peace of mind for you, it just takes you away at least before you get back to the grind and concentrating on basketball.
Absolutely. I believe my escape to reality is when it depends what I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to get calm, I'll sit down with my grandmother. She'll read me the Bible. She's like amazing at storytelling.
Hmm.
When I'm just like bored at home, I make like rap music just for fun on like my
Okay.
computer on like terrible software, terrible music, but it's just fun to do.
Yeah.
I'll play video games. I'll I'll obviously if I'm not doing any of those things, I'm either playing basketball in the gym or looking more on like being a student of the game and researching everything about it that
Yeah.
I should know.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Hey, I'm wondering just about Beaver Brae Secondary School. Can you tell us about the school in general, like in terms of, I guess, the support system there, maybe administration, athletics, so just for the team, especially for the basketball team, or even the other athletics as well. What is that? What has that been? That I said. What role have they played in that as well?
Oh, absolutely. My football coach, Chris Panner, amazing guy. We because COVID season last year, so we ended up going 0-6. We played less games, but no matter
Mm,
what, the guy always has a smile on his face, uplifting everyone else. Strict coach, like the perfect coach you want a guy. My basketball coach,
yeah,
Trevor Belrose, my whole time in high school. Shout out to him, amazing guy. I love him. He's helped me a lot. He's the reason I'm also here today. Not only on the court, he helps me off the court. He's helped me. He's been a job reference for me. I think Beaver Bay needs more recognition. I hope it gets put on the map very shortly. The athletics
yeah,
here, kids are so underrated because it's in a small town in Canada with 15,000 people, so you don't obviously not going to hear much about it.
yeah,
I believe it deserves way more recognition than it has right now, due to the fact of solid foundation, amazing students. The support staff has been nothing but amazing. No complaints about the school at all. I recommend that if anyone's looking for a high school, I mean,
yeah.
go to Beaver Bay.
You definitely gave him a good plug here, Carter. Hey, COVID, man, it did a number. It was a train wreck here the last couple of years. They're still going through it, but
Yeah.
definitely coming out of it, trying to get back to a sense of normalcy. Talk about that, trying to play basketball, trying to play sports, through that last couple of years.
It was a struggle, man. was
Yeah.
a struggle because less games, less practices. There's a
Yeah.
whole year where we couldn't even play sports. Heartbreaking. Like gyms were
Yeah.
closed. I had to invent my own like workout, like what do they
Yeah.
call it? Dumbbells and
Workout
stuff.
regimen, workout
Yeah,
routine.
yeah, everything. I had to like
Yeah.
make dumbbells out of like rocks. I'm like, what am I doing?
Oh.
Like a caveman.
Wow. That, hey man, you gotta be innovative, gotta be creative, when it comes to it, and you definitely were. So I mean, trying to keep in shape, and I'm sure a lot of athletes were in that same, position as you were. But again, just you know, you guys, just again refused to give in and throw in the towel, and said now here you are, years later. Hey, I think you're in a great spot, Carter. In the remaining question I have before you get the final word here, what is your advice? What's your message out there for the younger kids and athletes? We live in a superly highly charged, competitive nature and environment, and it's not
Absolutely.
easy. As I said, balancing out the academics and athletics, and really trying to make a name for yourself and separate yourself from the rest of the pack. What do you say to those kids out there who are trying to move up the ladder?
My true advice to those kids in high school still post footage as early as you can, man. Post post footage as early as you can. Do all that stuff early. Obviously, like try in high school. Don't let anyone distract you. Just put your headphones in, listen to music, do your work. But if I can go back and do it, I would post clips from every sport I played on Twitter.
Mhm.
If I knew what I knew now, just post clips, get exposure. Top preps, obviously, like follow them. Um,
Yeah.
I, I would do I would just all business aspect I would do if I want to get noticed, and obviously I would try a little bit harder in the classroom, obviously, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I would do.
Someone's got to hire you as a marketer, man. I'm like, I already did that with Top Reds here. So it's like,
Shouting them
I,
out,
I
yeah.
love that stuff, man. It's like, yeah, right here.
Shout out top preps.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you get the final word and message here. This has just absolutely been again incredible. Just to be able to speak with you. Final word and message for family, friends, teammates, and coaches on the varsity basketball team, student body, administration, athletic department, Beaver Brace Secondary School, and the community of Kenora. Has said as well. What Ontario, Canada. What you get the floor, man. Whatever comes to your mind, you know, here it is.
First and foremost, shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Father God, the Holy Spirit. I love just amazing, amazing. My grandmother Joyce McLeod, my boy Austin Blake, Walker Kennedy, who you're gonna be interviewing tomorrow. Top preps, obviously. Again, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. Beaver Bray deserves recognition. Trevor Belrose, my old basketball coach. Chris Panner, my old football coach. Everyone who's ever helped me, just thank you. I know I'm forgetting some people, but anyone who's ever done anything for me, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you, man, for also giving me exposure, using your platform for me. It truly means a lot. I'm the most grateful kid on the earth right now, I believe. I just I might be doing what Kevin Moses is doing soon, man. Just go help kids,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I know.
It's,
That's right, man. We're all in this. We're one big community, and we're out here to help each other, and especially give you that extra boost. And yeah, it said down the road you might be ending up where we're at, and you'd be just a absolutely again terrific addition, and bring that wealth of knowledge and experience.
Thank you so much, man.
Hey, incredible honor and privilege, Carter. Congrats on your success. There's more to come, and can't wait to see what you do. Said here and of course down the road.
Absolutely, man. We'll be in touch. Thank you for everything.
Thank
Truly,
you.
again, means a lot.
Thank you.